X-Men Gold, issue 30. Let the wedding begin. Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, we're talking about X-Men Gold. This is issue 30. This is To Death To Us part 4, I think this is, or the conclusion. I don't even know. Written by Mark Guggenheim, and the art's done by Dave Marquez, which I am so happy that Dave Marquez was on the artwork on this book. Just due to the pure fact that Dave Marquez, his artwork is phenomenal when it comes to facial expressions and character emotions. And he captures a lot of emotions on this book. Whether it was Kitty Pryde, Illyana, Colossus, there was a lot of emotional moments in this book. And he captures it beautifully. I love his artwork. So very fitting artist on this book. So let's talk about this story. Now, obviously there's spoilers here, but probably everybody knows what's happened by now because this was spoiled on Tuesday before its release. So let's talk about it. So first things first, in this issue, we wind up seeing Colossus and Kitty Pryde. They're together, looking at the wedding site, and Colossus has this flashback about when Kitty and himself was apart, based off of the original Secret Wars. And so what happens then is we get to see then there's this rehearsal dinner, and we get to see all these great character moments with all our ex-people just gathering together. It's a nice, calm moment, and really low-key, and I really love that. You even get to see Kitty interact with Lockheed in here, and they got a dragon family, which I thought was really awesome. Really good character moment, especially if you're a Kitty fan. And then this is when the book starts to, things start to change a little bit. So we get to see Illyana trying to take Kitty on top of the roof, get her out of the building for a little bit, and they share a drink with each other. And they're best friends. And Illyana has guilt about telling Kitty about her secret, or whatever the case may be. And really, I feel that Illyana, in this point of the book, is holding back. But she tells Kitty that, why aren't you two together yet? Because you would have been already. It would have not taken this long. And it just feels like Illyana was holding back on something. And Kitty, it got thrown into Kitty's head. Something is different now after this talk. So what happens is when you're reading this issue, you wind up seeing her getting all ready for her wedding, and she's giving everybody hugs and whatnot. And it's a perfect day thanks to Storm, which was really nice. And just love is in the air, right? And so the wedding is taking place. And the next thing we wind up seeing is, Kitty's walking down the aisle, and we see the rings being put on fingers. And when Peter goes to put the ring on Kitty, we wind up seeing that she kind of phases through his hand. And it's like a holy shit moment. Why aren't they getting ready? What is she thinking about? And everyone's facial expression in this moment was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And Kitty's ashamed, and she winds up phasing through and disappearing. Colossus gets bamfed out, and it's a really tough and emotional moment at this particular point in time. And so what happens is Peter and Colossus and Kitty actually talk about the situation, and then what happens is Gambit kind of takes it upon himself, going, what have I been waiting for all this time? And so the shocker of the issue is basically Gambit proposing to Rogue, and that's what happens out of this whole thing. And you're like, holy cow, last thing you expected if you were reading this book and you weren't spoiled by it, you're kind of like, holy cow, he's actually proposing to Rogue. Those two have been together for a long, long time. And by the time you know, she says yes. 2 pages later, they're married. And it's a very emotional moment because at least something was salvaged out of this particular wedding. And so they shared a kiss, and that's how the issue ends. So that's the conclusion to the book. And then when you get to the end of this book, you wind up seeing the secret announcement of this book of Mr. and Mrs. X, as Rogue and Gambit are going to be together in a series. So it looks like the Kelly Thompson series did very well, and they come out with this particular book to keep it going forward. And I thought that was really good series, in my opinion, when it comes to the interaction between those two characters. Now, what did I think about this particular issue? I had a feeling that they weren't going to get married. I had a really strong feeling. Now, I didn't expect it to go this way, but my thought process is why Kitty did not get married to Colossus. Because I think she honestly has true feelings for Illyana. That's what I'm going for here. And I think Illyana has feelings for Kitty. And it's to that higher level. And I think Kitty felt that when Illyana was trying to explain it to her in her own way and kind of couldn't really tell her. She couldn't get it out there yet. So this could lead into maybe a possible relationship between Magic and Kitty. So that's my thought process here. I think she kind of deep down realizes that they do have feelings for each other. They just kind of don't want to admit it yet. So we'll see what happens there. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give this book probably a 4, maybe 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was a really good book, really emotional. I had a fun time with it. I think I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So guys, in the comments below, tell me what you thought of this book. What did you think of my theory? And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a single video from me. And until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Strider signing off, and I'll see you guys real soon. Take care, fans. Bye.